Dr. Richard Johnson. Dr. Johnson is a medical doctor. He is a professor of medicine at the University of Colorado. For the last 20 plus years, he's been a clinician and a medical scientist who's been internationally recognized for his work on sugar and how it plays a role in obesity and diabetes. He has been funded by the National Institutes of Health and has widely published with over 500 peer-reviewed publications. With a particular topic on sugar and also fructose. And his most recent book is entitled Nature Wants Us to Be Fat. The title of his talk is A Biological Switch That Drives Obesity, Diabetes, and Dementia.
Nice to see you all and to have the opportunity to present to you. It's a pretty exciting story that I'm going to tell you about, which is that we more or less stumbled on a discovery that could turn out to be very important in terms of obesity and metabolic syndrome. These are my disclosures. I'm NIH funded. I work half-time at the university, and I recently joined RX Sugar, which is a company that's marketing allulose, and I'm their chief scientific officer. And then I have a book, Nature Wants Us to Be Fat. I also brought, a dozen or 20 copies or so of my older book, which I put out on the front desk there. If anyone wants a copy, they're free, and feel free to take one. It kind of talks about the discovery of this switch. Okay, we're going to begin by talking about the fact that we really are in a world of epidemics. It isn't just the epidemic of obesity and diabetes, which everyone knows about. They call it the twin epidemics. But also, most of the common diseases of today used to be quite uncommon. Like high blood pressure, for example, was present in only 5% of the population in 1900. And now it's the most common disease in the world, 40% or so. Cardiovascular disease was ischemic heart disease was unknown in 1900. There were a few people who had angina and so forth. It was discovered in 1910. It became a massive epidemic in the 1900s. And then death rates decreased because of all the drugs and surgeries we have. But actually, the underlying problem is still there. Chronic kidney disease has increased. Liver disease, NASH, or fatty liver wasn't heard of before 1970. And now it's 25% of the adult population have fatty liver today. This is an epidemic that's affecting a wide range of diseases. And it isn't just obesity and diabetes and metabolic syndrome and so forth. It's also dementia, Alzheimer's disease. We now know that it really is increasing dramatically. Behavioral disorders, ADHD, bipolar disease, increasing dramatically. Cancers, especially cancers associated with obesity, such as colon cancer, breast cancer, pancreatic cancer, all increasing markedly. And so we see a cluster of diseases that weren't here 100 years ago. And so that raises the question, why are all these epidemics occurring? And what is the cause? And then, what if there was just one critical factor